All right, what's happening, y'all? It's to the members of the squad. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington, here with another one-on-one with the supervillain. I seem a little bit disheveled. I'm trying to do so many things at one time. I'm recording this one-on-one. I'm setting up the laptop so I can simul-link it while I work on the script after I'm done with the one-on-one, so it can be both on my laptop and my desktop and all this other good shit, man. And y'all, so there are a couple of new members to the one-on-one with supervillain tier. You guys will see their videos later this month. But to those who are new to the Patreon, first of all, thank you for joining the squad. This is one of the benefits that I give to the members that support me at $25 a month. I only do a certain amount because so many people all want to do it, and I'm so honored. And like we get to sit up and chop it up for a month, chop it up for at least 30, 45 minutes. I chopped it down from an hour because, as y'all can tell, a nigga got busy. Super busy. Like I tried it, man. Look, I just been so busy, and so I didn't want to stop these. I wanted to continue to do these, but let me get right into it while I'm running my mouth with the homie from the 305, Mr. Red. Y'all actually heard his ass on the most recent episode, episode 83 of the Mad Titan podcast, and then everybody liked your episode, dog.
I was so proud. I was like, look at what little Randy did. Little fat Pillsbury Doughboy Randy. I'm loving it. Yo, I do podcasts too. I got one with Luke coming up.
I got one with Luke. Let me drop this name. Let me drip it.
It's good, man. I appreciate the feedback, man. It's all love, man. You gotta understand. I told you, I listen to almost every episode of the podcast. I was a fan of the podcast before becoming a Patreon follower.
Yeah.
All of that, I was like, this is stuff that I like to talk about.
And when you just hit me, you was like, yo, when can I jump down? And I like the way you, look, I'm going to just say this. This don't always work for everybody, okay? I'm just going to keep it a buck. Because there have been many people, I never try to hold Mad Titan as it's the biggest, best thing in the world. But I know I got some dope shit I do with Mad Titan.
I love it.
When I've had people who hit me up, and I've had people on we recorded episodes, and it just was not good. It just was not good, and so I trashed the episode and re-recorded it. But then you hit me. You was like, "Yo, let me jump down on it," and I was like, "All right, bet, let's do it." And so it did turn out well, man. People liked the discussion because it flowed exactly with everything we do, and plus, I knew you'd work on Mad Titan because we do these
all the time.
We do these, you know what I'm saying? So before we started, so y'all, for those who do this, they know that I give you the StreamYard link. You sit in the waiting room, and I can see everything you're doing until I bring you into the main screen. And so I'm listening. I bring him in for a second, and he don't pay attention. He already in, and so I bring him on the main screen. I don't say nothing. He's sitting there listening to Kevin Samuels like, yes, make sure you can afford this nice fancy belt. You can get this budget. I was like, I knew exactly what it was. You know what? Let me say this. The brother know what he's talking about. He ain't lying. It's just sometimes the way, for me, I never have a problem. It's how people perceive him.
Exactly.
I have no issues with Kevin Samuels. I'm like, what is he lying about? Y'all just don't like hearing it the way he's saying it because he's saying it straight up with no chaser.
He sounds like a 50-year-old angry man when he gives us some of this advice, but that's what he is.
He's a man that been through the shit. Let's just keep it real.
But you can't treat it like gospel. But I like it. A lot of stuff he says is accurate, 89% of the time.
Nigga, right? That's an odd number to give somebody. About 84% of the time they right. Other 16%, this nigga on bullshit.
Yeah, sometimes he contradicts himself, but at the same time, I can see what he's talking about. But one point he was talking about, he before he started talking with women, he started talking with men. Men that were incels or men that were always complaining about being broke. He's like, bro, you're supposed to be working 60-hour weeks. You're supposed to be doing this. Pride, you ought to be prideful and broke. Those things don't match.
Those things don't match at all. As somebody who when he was broke was like, yo, this ain't me. I've always worked. So I've been working since I was 16. So, the feel of having your own money coming in that you made is a thing. I can't allow myself to be, granted, there's situations that happen for people. Don't get me wrong, that'll make people end up being broke for a moment or whatever the case. But for a nigga like me, I'm like, Jesus. Look, I gotta kick this off just like this because I haven't had a chance to, like for y'all don't understand. This is like a 4-week recap of Snowfall, real quick.
Yes, yeah, Franklin Snow is back. You gotta understand, this nigga been taking L's all season.
First of all, the biggest L he took was the most necessary L he took, and that was the fight against Jerome. Like, but we got to talk. Look, okay, so I want you to understand this. My homeboy posted this, was like, yo, Franklin got his ass. I was like, so we not gonna talk about the way this nigga Jerome squared up in the suit. This nigga was like,
you can tell
any nigga that want to fight you and do this, it ain't even up here. It's here.
Old school fighting like this.
You know he finna hit you with black man strength. Like this young fella.
with the cherry curl dripping and everything.
Hey man, he was like, hey, let's go get these niggas. Hey, put that work on Leon. It was like, come on, let's go get these motherfuckers.
Hey, he took it like a man, got right up and said, come on.
But it had to be done though, because you know what I'm saying? Like he said, it had to be done. So if push came to shove and he did beat his ass and he go to man boy them air him out, he can tell, like he said, I can tell my mama and my aunt and your wife, I gave my all to stop you.
I loved it, dog. That was just the writing on the show has been incredible. Like, we've been
this is the penultimate episode. This the episode, dog. Next week we lose a lot of good TV for the season, in a sense.
Oh, yeah.
Falcon Winter Soldier's last episode, Snowfall's last episode, couple things last episode of next week.
Oh yeah, because I think we're in April, so we got nothing but summer's movies.
Summer's movies, which is smart. People, if you make TV, it's smart. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get Loki in the summer. But that's in the TV vein. I mean, in the movie vein with the Marvel stuff. So
yeah. I'm counting it down. Like you are right. Like you got a couple more episodes of Invincible, but after that, summer's just nothing but movies.
By the way, I know a lot of people probably even here in the squad have been asking, why have I not been covering Invincible? I don't have the time, but Invincible is dope. So here's the thing. I will admit, I never read the comic. I was never a fan. I never knew about the comic. And so I went into this blind. Like the comic book fans were like, yo, they waiting on certain shit to happen. I went into this joint completely blind. And next thing you know, I'm like, whoo.
So I was surprised with all the people in it because I'm like, J.K. Simmons, fucking amazing. Sandra Oh, Steven Yeun,
Zazie Beetz, Ezra Miller's in this recent episode. Like they pulled out hitters for this. But that's the thing now with what is this? This action cannot be okay. Switch to whatever. I'm looking at my laptop, man. I'm writing scripts and everything too.
You good.
When it comes to comic book
later on tonight, so don't worry about it.
What you say?
I got homework later on tonight that's due. Like I'm in visual storytelling.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just been since I finished my original pilot, which I'm gonna do some edits to it and just some change up a few things. But since I got it pretty much locked down, I was like, all right, cool. I feel like I'm comfortable. I can write something else, and it actually has been a good outlet for me because it lets me be super creative. Lets me focus on developing characters and all that other shit. Yeah. But as I was saying with Invincible, with the success of Marvel, and I had to say the success of Marvel because the success of Marvel is what makes people want to jump to DC Comics and do their stuff. Because if you can't get in Marvel, you go over to DC. It's because we got people like, oh, what if they're fans of properties? You're learning like that don't matter too much at the end of the day. But with the success of Marvel Studios, people are trying to get into any comic book property they can now as an actor. Right. Like you want to be in Marvel Studios or DC property because those are the main two. You want to be in those. But now if you can be some other where, and look, the fact that Netflix has taken so many properties and made them like, look, Gina Prince Bythewood, what she did with the Old Guard. Warrior Nun is dope. I didn't know Warrior Nun was his own thing. Warrior Nun is dope. The Old Guard with Gina Prince Bythewood, that's dope. So you got Why the Last Man about to happen with on Yolande Knoll over in freaking on FX. So you got all these different things, graphic novels, comic books, and all this stuff happening that aren't just the normal stuff. Like the Jupiter Ascending thing is about to drop pretty soon on Netflix.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Yo, that's a Mark Miller." It's like, "Yo, that's something you need to peep." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I don't watch it all," but like when it comes to reviewing it all, like I'm one man with. Again, I love being able to come on, you know what I'm saying, the screen and talk to joints, but it's like my career isn't just this, unfortunately, for people.
In fact, like I just got this from school. Like they gave me something called the Sandman, Neil Gaiman.
Nigga, I have not had it, but they say that is something you were gonna love, bro.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this shit looks fire. Like they gave it to me.
The same dude that made one of the same dudes that did American Gods, made the book American Gods.
Yeah, because like everybody wants to be in comic, Image Comics, all this shit. Preacher, fucking the one that he did on Prime that everybody loves.
The boys.
The boys.
Again, all this stuff now, like that's when people always keep trying to every 2-3 years the conversation of comic book fatigue comes out. I'm like, that ain't happening, fam.
Mm-mm.
That ain't happening.
Everybody's opened up to it right now. Like my sister would come up to me and be like, "Oh, did you see this with this?" And I'm like, yeah. How'd you know about it? You were liking like stuff like Tyler Perry stuff. Now you're talking to me about like Captain Marvel's, like whatever.
That's a hellified transition. I just want you to know. Hey. Let's get back to Snowfall, nigga, real quick, because we ain't got that long in here. We go back to Snowfall.
Oh yeah, let's get to it.
Given the fact that it was the 9th before the 10th, yo, they took, first of all, if you watch Snowfall and you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, they took out 3 main motherfuckers in one episode.
I'm gonna put something in the private chat. Can I put it in the private chat?
Yeah, you can.
They put it a little thing where Manboy and Khadijah.
Oh, you talking about the funeral thing you sent me? Yeah. Bro, so like if you know who Manboy is in the show, when they got Manboy, like I'm literally shocked Franklin didn't pop off Tanase. Like when he popped up on her ass, the last episode was like, "What's up, T? How long you been playing me?"
Like she saw a ghost.
I mean, I don't blame her. Like, yo, you got sent off. You got sent off information on purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose to tell this nigga, and then the nigga you setting up because you're trying to help family, but he pop up in the crib, up that thing on you. Then to turn around and have Manboy show up at her crib, and he was like, "Yo, bitch, you set me up." And then she was like, "What is you talking about?" Had no clue that this nigga Franklin knew he was gonna come, nigga.
That said, "You smart, but you're not smarter than me."
Not smarter than me, Drew. Like, hey, Franklin Saint is a beast, bro.
Talk so much shit while he was getting shot. Jerome, you your nephew's bitch. Leon, they got your boy stabbed up, nigga.
That nigga Franklin say, he always talk. Shot this nigga through the throat. Not through the. He didn't off him. He shot that nigga here. Like, say he always talk too much. I was like,
congrats.
I mean, when you look at it, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
Congrats to Melvin Gregg too, man, because he's now earned himself a Disney DC role out there.
He's earned himself a main role. He's earned himself. I mean, he already had American Vandal, so he goes from American Vandal to a hit role in Snowfall. To now, whatever he pretty much wants to do. Like, people will call him, like, we need this dude. And it's like, you have him, but then the way they got Khadijah, Jerome wasn't playing. That bitch was like, bah!
First, she's like, I'm a triple it. Freaking like, you know damn well you can't triple it.
Like, you can't triple this money. Can't do this.
Oh, Jerome.
Hey,
Jerome.
I don't blame him, though. Like, because you kind of knew in the episode where Louis got shot, you knew something was finna happen. When he was like, I'm finna go to this funeral. And she was like, yo, you really finna go with this bounty still out here on us? He was like, I'm gonna go. And then Louis show up like, wherever you are, I'm like, hit something finna happen. Something finna go down.
Mm-hmm. And And first off, he's been great too. He's been great since the first season. I forgot his name. Amin Joseph, right?
Yeah, I mean Joseph.
He's great. Absolutely good. I didn't know about him until Snowfall, but I know he was in Expendables and a bunch of other stuff. More like the muscle in everything he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been great in this. They actually gave him a talking role. He's been really good.
Oh, he's been playing his ass off as Jerome.
Where the bitches titties at, nigga?
Nigga,
Damn.
Somebody sent me that nigga. Matter of fact, did I play it on? Did you see it on the show?
Oh,
Matter
yeah.
of fact, so this is the 1-on-1, y'all. Just so you know, you finna see a change. Nigga, somebody sent me this. I was like, where'd it go?
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
Dog, so good.
Where the titties and the bitches?
Slap your damn daddy. Go ahead and slap your damn daddy.
Then they killed. Then he pop. Yo, the code. I think the coldest death is Teddy with Irene.
First off, Teddy is a trained killer. This
nigga is CIA.
You don't want to mess with them alphabet boys. And she thought she had it. She's like, I'm gonna go ahead and expose the CIA. First, he came into her crib with Oso and
drugged her up, told her, he said, hey, you gonna wake up tonight. Next time you will not. If the CIA come at you and tell you you woke up tonight, tomorrow you won't. Have you ever seen Tales from the Dark Side, the movie?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
So Tales from the Dark Side is it's like Tales from the Crypt, is old school thing. They did a movie, 3 anthology stories. One of the stories is called Lover's Vow. I'm gonna give you the gist of the story. James Remar played an artist in New York who one day, after being drunk at a bar, after his agent fired him, he pissing behind an alley. His other drunk buddy in the alley gets murdered by a gargoyle. A gargoyle comes to light and murders him. Here's the crazy thing. Remar sees the murder. The gargoyle comes to him and says, your life in exchange for a promise. He like, yeah, whatever. He said, you will never tell anybody what you saw. Never repeat what you saw. Never even say you heard my voice. Never show what I look like. A promise till forever, to the day you die. He say, I promise. The gargoyle scratches him across his chest and say, cross your heart. Boom. Gargoyle disappears. This nigga runs away drunk after that, sobered up. Runs into Ray Dong Chong, who was trying to get a cab. He think this gargoyle follow him, pushes her to the side. She think he finna rape him. He like, nah, bitch, you just got to come safely. These motherfuckers get together, get married, have kids like 10, 12 years down the line. This nigga one night decides there's one thing I've never given you, was the truth about the night we met. Nigga, he say, the night we met, there was something that killed my boy, and it looked like this. This nigga made a whole figurine of the gargoyle. Ray Don Chong nigga starts crying, and this bitch is the gargoyle. And she tells him, you promised you'd never tell. Bitch changes back into the gargoyle, and he like, change back. She's like, I can't. Like, you broke your promise. Yeah. She was like, I loved you, but you broke your vow, and it sealed our destiny and ate this nigga's throat out. They kids is half gargoyles, right? Bitch go off, hug the baby, sit on the cathedral, just, and turn the stone. Now, I say that in comparison. This nigga, the bitch told him as a gargoyle, never repeat anything else I said. Keep this to the CIA pops up in your crib. The nigga tells you you are going to wake up tonight. But if you say anything else, you will not wake up again. And you think going on an underground Black Panther QAnon conspiracy theory radio show was the move?
With Alton there too.
With Franklin Daddy? Because Teddy close to offing his daddy. Franklin gonna kill his daddy next episode. I'm pretty sure.
I'm smoking that loud Alton pack. I hate that nigga since Paid in Full, first off.
That's hilarious.
Junior.
That's hilarious.
That you can get this money here, Junior. Hey,
nigga, it was like, you see that, you like Alton, like, I think I'm doing it. First of all, I get at the end of the day, you think it's your wife over your kid because your kid now's gone off the deep end. So you like your wife. Sissy is going. She loved Alton, but that's her son.
Yeah.
She gonna ride or die with Franklin before she gonna ride or die with Franklin before she go with Alton. And the thing is, Alton noticed when that nigga saw her in the hospital, say, the fuck is you doing here? He said, I'm here to look after my wife. Nigga, that ain't your responsibility no more. I was like, oh.
Yes, sir.
Nigga, that ain't your responsibility no more. I said, oh no. I said, Right,
I think while we out here, I mean, we talked about. I think Melvin Gregg deserves a role in one of these Marvel DC films. Damson Idris belongs in one of these films too.
So the conversation has been coming up. You know, the whole convo about recast T'Challa.
I've been saying that.
Who can get it? It now swings heavily to Damson. Like the past two, three seasons was like, if push came to shove, he could be a superhero. But now, with the unfortunate opening of Black Panther, if you're gonna do the third, give it to Damson. Because like
he's 30.
He what?
He's 30.
And he gives you time, he gives you length. See, but here's the issue with that. You gotta remember now here's the thing. When people back in the day, when actors were first signing on for Marvel joints, they weren't A-list stars. So you know what I'm saying? They signed on to a property to see what it does. They'll sign on for a couple of films because, again, I got something locked in for my career. You blow up, now people coming at you left and right wanting to work with you. You like, okay, but I got to be able to do this. Like, I enjoy doing this. Then you get to the point where you're like, I'm giving it my time. It's a lot of work, especially the working out. Because people think it's easy for them to keep that physique. Like, I remember when I worked with Mike Coulter on a Netflix project, Mike was like, I'm tired of working out like this. He's like, I'm tired of it. And I was like, I get it. But the thing is, like, and going back to Damson, like, he could probably, if they want to give it to him, they could give it to him. But the question becomes, will he have the time to do it? I mean, granted, if you want to be Black Panther, you're gonna tell, y'all got 2-3 years out of me. And more than likely, they sign him up for Black Panther. You're not just getting 2-3 years out of him. You're getting at least 5.
5, yeah, at least 5. 3 films plus one of those little
some collaboration film. But also, and the thing too is, it ain't like people are like, well, what about the money? This is Marvel Studios, which is owned by Disney. They got them. Let me tell you something. First of all, every movie is making $1 billion. Number one. Number two, the investors are not just like people think when they talk about investors, like, oh, I got some stock off Robinhood or I got some stock off of Cash App. No. We talking about bank investors.
What was the people that was hurt from the GameStop going big? The people that had like the big shit, the big fucking.
Have you bought these stocks since then?
I got $100 in Nokia, not Nokia, AMC right now.
I got 100 in AMC. I got 100.
Dogecoin went crazy. Bought it for $5, and I ended up with it went to like $43. I had like $250 something of Dogecoin, and so, now I went down.
As of right now, I got like 20. I only got $20 invested. I was like, I could throw more in here because right now I got 20 invested, and I've made because it's at 33 cents now. I've made an extra $60 right?
Money.
That's money. I'm $60 over what I put in automatically, an extra 60. I could pull. So I'm like, all right, I got $20. So I'm thinking like if I throw $100 in there right now, if I throw $100, I'm already 220% over. So if I throw $100 in there right now, I got $300 something. I got $300 something extra dollars automatically. So I'm probably waiting. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning. Yeah. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna see what it look like tomorrow morning. Because this is in that, like, cryptocurrency goes all day, every day, no matter what. Yeah. But during the stock market, because I was talking to somebody about it yesterday, I was like, yeah, cryptocurrency runs consistently, but during the stock market hours is when that bitch can shoot. If that bitch start to hit, if that bitch hit 40 cents again tomorrow, 40 on the even, don't take this $100 real quick.
Dog, they project it to go to $1.
That's when it's going. It has to, once it hits $1, that's when niggas better cash out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, don't wait to try to buy it when it's at $1. Don't try to buy it when it's at $1.
Buy it right now.
Buy it when it's low. It's 30 cents. It's 30 cents now. So, like some people who bought it, when it was super, super low, those are people that's coming up right now. I'm like, yo, I ain't mad at you.
I saw something that said the people that bought Dogecoin January 1st of 2021, that was the first day of the year, at $1,000 right now. $1,000 right now is like $55,500.
Yeah, if you invested 1,000 back then, you had like 55K.
Jeez, damn.
If you invested 1,000, so here's the thing though. I was talking to one of the homies last night, and we were talking about that, and we were like, the catch is you can't this is how you get the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, to pay attention to you. You gotta people want to make this hell of a lot of money. But if you try to cash out a hell of a lot of money, you're going to cash it, but they're going to tax your soul.
They're going to tax you like a motherfucker.
They're going to tax because they're going to pay attention to it. You don't set off the bells until you start taking out over 10 G's. So either take out 7 at one point or whatever. Let's say hypothetically you got $20,000, right? Hypothetically you got 20K. So what you do is you 1 minute you got to take out 7 1 minute. You got to hope it holds its value and take out another 3 or something like that. And also you can't have too many transactions. You can't, it's a fine line you got to play, especially as a regular person. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Uncle Sam's going to be like, sir, we're going to need a good chunk of that money.
Man, because like I said, I'm looking at it right now and it's crazy because this is how you know it's going to pop. It's only on Dogecoin, whatever it's called, is only on Robinhood. And so Robinhood was the one with the GameStop shit. So what's gonna happen is this shit gonna pop, and Robinhood gonna try to lock niggas' accounts out. Yeah, so I'm staying my eye on this bitch like a hawk. Cause the moment I see this bitch jump, and because right now it's at it's at 33 cents. At the rate it's going, they know it's gonna hit $1. They know it's gonna hit $1. It's just when it hits $1. Cause like for me, I'm hoping to hit $1. My birthday's in August. Hit $1 before August. Nigga, I'm going.
Yeah, that's about 4 months from now. It can certainly hit that. It can certainly hit that $1.
It can do it. It can jump and do it. Let me Google this while we sitting here because now we talking. When is Dogecoin expected to hit $1? So their potential, they said that the forecast is by the end of 2021.
It can probably go quicker than that, honestly.
They said as of right now, so this is an article I'm reading from Copenhagen, and this was just 2 days ago. It says Dogecoin currently has a 5-to-1 odds, which is 16.7% implied probability to be worth more than $1 at the end of 21. And this is betting on U.S. aggregators, U.S. bookies, blah blah blah. They said it has a 16-to-1 odds to reach $1 by the end of April. So if more people keep buying this shit and investing in it, it can happen by the end of the month.
Damn! Wow, dude, join now if you're watching this. Join right now. Like that.
Yeah, y'all will see this shit probably tomorrow on a Monday or Tuesday after we record it on a Sunday. I would highly invest you. Look, it's not one of these things where you put a lot of money into it. Like this is something that's like because the GameStop shit changed the game. Because the GameStop shit allowed for regular people to understand. Remember, they always talk about. You got the big wigs always say, "Oh, don't complain. We're making money. Learn how to play the game and make the money we did." And then people did.
When people started doing that shit,
but when they did it, it started fucking them over, and they were like, "No, not like that. Like, no, that's not how this works, sir. That's not how this works, sir. Like, no, that ain't how this work at all. Like, you gonna have to you can." It's like YouTube does at times, where it changes the rules of the game in the game during the game.
Facts. I was gonna ask you. You're one of the people too, because I know you're a freelancer in some cases. In some cases, have you applied for the PPP loan?
I tried so many times and I haven't gotten it, and I don't know why. And I just, you know what? I tried and I tried and I gave up.
I know 5 people have done it, and they all got 42,000.
Yeah, I just need somebody who can do it. I've already done it, so my social is already in the system, and so I clearly ain't getting it.
Yeah.
But like I know people who was doing it, and so I know a bunch of people who did it who got it on the low end. Then I know some car cracking ass niggas. Look, ladies, if y'all don't understand.
Season.
Let me tell you something. There's levels of Jay Washington. Okay, there's this fun loving. We're gonna converse and whatever. Then there's the Chicago street side of Jay Washington. Like I know car cracking scamming niggas who had somebody hook them up and they got broke off. But then them IRS audits came around real quick. Was like, nah, fam, you got, because what they was doing, they were saying they had employees and everything, and so the IRS was like, oh, you do, you do. Okay, so we're gonna need to see these 15 employees you say you have on your payroll.
Yep, facts.
Since we just gave you $130,000.
Even the Lakers took out a PPP loan, and Kanye West took out a PPP loan.
Everybody took it out.
Like
Brady took it out.
Regular folks celebrating these 1,400, or they can get like 20 G's or 30 or 40 like that.
Well, again, I understand people like, oh, well, I don't want to screw the system. Here's my thing, and I'm just gonna be a buck with y'all. If you are black or brown, if you are a minority, the system has been screwing you for the longest. I have a lot of people. It's always people that come at me and be like, oh, but you live in California and you're doing this and you're not stressing or blah blah blah. I was like, hey man, you don't know what the fuck. Let me check my heart rate. My heart feel weird.
You good? Don't die on me right now. In the middle,
nigga, my heart rate is at 91 beats a minute. Hold on, that was 35 minutes ago. So we're gonna check now. That's I was gonna get his watch back.
Let's flex. Let's see. You shine on him. Hold up.
Got a little Galaxy watch.
Flex on him right quick. I got mine right here. My Invicta. Get the basic hose. That's all I do.
I'm at 81. I'm good.
All right.
No, so like everybody talks about, like I said, they talk about don't scam with Simpson, but I have people come at me and be like, well, you in California and you ain't hurting and blah 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 blah. I say, yo, motherfucker, just because you see me working don't mean I ain't hurting. I tell everybody again, there are people who are single who have no responsibilities except themselves who are struggling. And that's one thing. I am single and have responsibilities that include 2 children. So it's like I have 2 kids. So at the end of the day, I have to worry about me and them. So the system has always been meant to fuck us over. Again, my kids can live in the same neighborhood and everything, and their white counterparts will get better. Well, what if you pull yourself by your bootstraps? What if you suck the back of my dick?
We got to work twice as hard to get like half a recognition.
Which, by the way, speaking of which, did you pay attention to Sam having to catch the shield with 2 hands?
I saw that. He does all these turns and then he catches it like this.
But the reason being, we have to work twice as hard to just do what somebody can do. Every other Captain America and Bucky, all the white guys, can catch the shield 1 hand at first.
Malcolm goddamn Spellman. You are a smart ass bastard. Oh, Malcolm Spellman.
The most tiny thing, the tiniest of things. We have to work twice as hard to get one thing.
First off, that last episode was goddamn fire. Maybe one of the best Marvel pieces of anything I've seen ever. Like, I love the exposure.
Because, bro, it hit on real shit. Because that's the thing. Even though we have superheroes in the Marvel world, it is set in the real world. Whereas, like, in DC, the majority of the cities we always hear about are fictitious. Gotham, Metropolis, Central City, Midway City, Bloodhaven. They're all pretty much, fictitious cities. We talking about shit like Baltimore, Maryland, nigga, New York City, Washington, D.C.
What was it? New Orleans, Louisiana.
right? Nolans. We talking about all these cities, Brooklyn, New York. We talking about real cities. So in the midst of the superheroes, as what Stanley and Jack Kirby wanted to do, in the midst of this world of heroes, there's real life villainry. You know what I'm saying? There's real life shenanigans. And the Isaiah Bradley story, when he said, "Yeah, I'm telling y'all about the red tails, the famous 332, the men who went and fought for the country, and when they came home, had crosses burning their lawn." That's the truth.
It's fucking facts, dog. They need to look
That's
at
facts.
syphilis, Tuskegee experiment.
Dude, I said it in my review. I was like, listen, I understand why the black community is apprehensive about the COVID vaccine because of the Tuskegee experiment and syphilis and all this. I said, I get it. I said, y'all think it's a game? It's real. This is why you hear black people like, no, we're not, because they gave syphilis to the black community to see how they would handle it and how they could fight it. All this shit. And then, but then like I said in the review, I said, yo, but when they said first people they were giving it to were doctors, lawyers, firefighters, and cops, I said, oh, you ain't trying to kill them, so I'm good. Like,
my grandma told me to go get a checkup first before I do the vaccine.
Yeah, I would do that too. Like, again, it's so vaccine. See, the thing is with this COVID thing, people, like, again, we said it on Blurs and we say it all the time. People have politicized the virus. Yeah. Like, this is the dumbest shit. This is the dumbest point in humanity that we're in. Not in American history. We're at the dumbest point in humanity ever, where we've politicized a virus that has killed millions of people. And to try to justify, we say, well, they had underlying issues. It doesn't matter. It's because of the virus. You don't die from AIDS. You die from complications due to AIDS.
That's true. Exactly. That's facts. That's fucking facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, when they said 6 people had died of blood clots out of 7 million, I was like, excuse me?
That's a 0.00001.
No, because I have the Johnson & Johnson shot. I was like, excuse me? They had blood clots. I said, the blood clot? What the blood clot? No. Me don't want about the blood clot. No, they're talking about me Rasta. Me want to live. Me want to live. Me don't want to die. Me no one die. Me make a shot.
Out of 7 million, that's like a 0.0001. And like, come on, like that's very, very little. But like, we gotta be careful with Johnson & Johnson, man. Johnson always been having issues. Vices be helping your dicks be getting hard, and
Let me tell you something. Johnson & Johnson made baby shampoo with no more tears. You niggas is good. They made baby lotion and niggas was using this regular lotion for decades. So now all of a sudden, I'm not gonna trust a vaccine, nigga. You know how many times, thanks to Johnson & Johnson, I ain't been running around this bitch ashy? I'm okay.
I'm just waiting for some good old cocoa butter from Johnson & Johnson. I mean, my cocoa butter kind of got like that soupy type of look to it.
Nigga.
But it's just looking at it right. Oh yeah, first off, big up to my told you because you talked snowfall. I had to wear this today.
Yes, sir. Boys in the hood, man. John Singleton.
I'm happy. I'm happy that we got something like snowfall and we got super stars who are about to blow up in the next couple of years.
I'm glad we have something that's not black trauma porn.
Oh yeah, I seen the thing. Like, they say they got some slavery thriller coming out with Will Smith.
It's another Harriet. First, there's them about black people moving in the suburbs and Compton shit. Then you just got Barry Jenkins dropping the Underground Railroad. Like, nigga, I don't need to see Harriet Tubman's story.
Yeah, Harriet come out last year with the White Bounty Hunter,
which they was like, niggas was like, what? But it doesn't matter. It's just, yo, can we please move past black people in slavery, black people's racism shit? We're living this shit daily, and you're seeing it on your cell phones. Like, we don't need this as entertainment.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sorry, she from your hood, but I'm not a big fan of her, yo.
Who?
Lena Waithe. I'm sorry, dog.
Apologize to me, nigga.
We talked about this on Clubhouse. The one time I went on Clubhouse and said, "There's like people can send her stuff. She takes everybody's stuff wipe their name off and put her names on it all the time.
Hey, listen, nigga, this shit she did Queen of Slim, and that shit is terrible.
It was Queen's fault, first off. I want to tell y'all that if y'all seen the movie.
Nigga, it was Lena's fault for that movie. Anyway,
Daniel Kaluuya is still a great actor as we've seen from that movie because he had to really carry that film.
yo, watch that nigga in Widows. Which, by the way, if you've never seen Widows, you get stuck having to watch a sex scene between Liam Neeson and Viola Davis. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Viola's sexy. If you've seen her now, she's sexy as hell.
Yeah, I know that. I know Viola's sexy, but I'm saying is watching a sex scene with her and Liam Neeson's. Hear from you. Yeah, but look, what do you think we about to get in this final episode? I mean, by the time this comes out, people will see this. What do you think we're getting this finale?
We got about 60 minutes of a cat and mouse game between Franklin defending Alton and then having to off him off himself, and then build up for the next season.
What you think happened to Scully?
Scully's reformed, bro. When his baby got killed, he was like, I don't think I'm about this life anymore. He bounced off.
I think it more hit him now that Khadijah did.
Yeah. He kissed her forehead and didn't say anything. I mean, he was crazy because he was all shermed up and all of that. But he was like, do we really have to do this right now? Like, I love Scully. I love his character. I love DeAndre Brooks. I think he's a great actor. But I think Scully's like, yo, I'm out. They took my baby and my baby mama. I don't know if I can get the revenge I want. Plus, this nigga got CIA behind him.
Like, yo, you would think, like, because that was the thing that scared me this episode. I was like, oh shit, Teddy gonna turn on Frank. He gonna turn on Franklin. And Teddy was just like, yo, I told you I'm gonna be here. I got your back. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, that nigga killed the reporter tonight. Because when his boss was like, yo, you need to fix this shit, that nigga killed Irene. And now you got out and around here. This nigga got a hotel room like, oh, this bitch is dead.
He is. And first, do you see the part where she banged her head, had the stuff coming out, and he did the mankind there, put his hand in her mouth?
But you don't go to the press, put on that nerve. That nigga took the tape, was like, let me go ahead and get this. Because I thought, because they played it so well, like, let's just be real. None of us thought that he was going to turn. That nigga gave every other. It was like, my name is Teddy McDonald. I'm an agent with I'm an officer with the Central Intelligence Agency. You're like, oh, shit. You see that bitch Irene go, like, damn.
I'm just telling you, CIA is still doing shit to this day, bro. All this doing crazy shit to this day. That's why you're gonna mess with the alphabet boys. To make it clear before we get out, that's ATF, the motherfuckers with the guns. That's FBI, and that's CIA. That's the alphabet boys.
Don't forget one important one.
Oh,
it's just the
IRS.
DA.
DA, drugs enforcement. Yes,
and the IRS. Yeah, all the alphabet boys. Governmental alphabet boys are y'all think cops themselves are crooked? Cops are just allowed to be violent up front to cover up what the alphabet boys get to do.
Facts. They allow shit to happen so they can build cases and throw these people up in jail a lot longer, bro. That shit happens like that in all the hoods, bro.
Like people don't understand that, man. People don't get that.
Like they catch a little dealer. And then they finally have a way they have the dealer snitch on who his connect is, and it goes up a ladder, bro. Like Freeway Ricky Ross, you got Larry Hoover, you got your boy, the boy from Rayful Edmond, you got not Freeway Ricky Ross, you had John Doe in Miami, you had the list is out there. Rich Porter in New York, like shit is crazy. This is just niggas from the 70s and 80s. Frank Lucas in the 70s. Nicky Barnes, like the whole drug shit.
You don't understand this drug game run deeper than what you just hear about in rap lyrics. Let's just say it that way. Because people only think the drug game go for what you hear in lyrics. Like it's different. Like you know what, like you said, you know what a Frank Lucas is. We know what a Freeway Ricky Ross is. We know what an Iceberg Slims. We know about them. But this shit go deep, nigga. But look,
yeah.
We finna go ahead, chop and close it up. I know you just said earlier when we started this, you got a lot you doing. Tell the people about the stuff you are working on, because that is the main purpose of this. Tell the members of the squad.
I'm doing a podcast with Uncle Luke, and he's gonna have a guest. I think Trick Father or Trick Daddy. He's gonna be on there tonight at 8.
Well, they won't see this tonight. Just
later on. I have a Jeff Fox show that I work with at least a few times a week. I have my own stuff happening. RJC Vids, doing video photography. Football season's coming around, so I'm gonna have a lot more shit to do on the weekends now. I'm happy about that. And then school shit is about to be done. No more substituting. Thank God. F them kids. I am out of that bit.
At least you get the paycheck, though, man. I'm happy to hear it nonetheless. Y'all already know the drill. You're here in the squad, so you should already know you're following me. Make sure, if you have not done so, please go and subscribe to the Blurs in the Hood YouTube channel. We're doing a drive to 5. We want to build that number up. We're trying to push Blurs heavily, and we're trying to push it outside of the internet space, if you will. So we need your help to do that, because the internet fan base will allow us to go to the bigger fan base, and we need you all to be a part of it. We have the product, but we need the audience back, so we need y'all for that. Y'all already know we got more of these coming, so please stay tuned in here in the squad. Thank y'all for watching. Holla at y'all later. Take care. We out. Bye.
It'd be so crazy if you guys had like traveling shows. If you guys go to like fucking like Miami,